Welcome to our forum on one of the most pressing environmental concerns of our time, which is water pollution. Water is not just a basic necessity for life, it's a vital component of our ecosystem, economies, and overall well-being. However, the contamination of water sources by various pollutants has become a global challenge with far-reaching consequences. In this forum, we invite you to join a dialogue that delves deep into the issue of water pollution. We will explore its causes, the devastating consequences it has on aquatic ecosystem and human health, and most importantly, the innovative solution and collective action we can take to combat this crisis. Water pollution knows no boundaries. It affects us all, from the fish in our rivers to the water we drink from our taps. Our rivers, lakes, oceans, and groundwater are under constant threat from pollutants such as industrial chemicals, ag- uh, agricultural runoff, plastic, heavy metal, and sewage. The consequences of water pollution ripple through ecosystem and communities, impacting biodiversity, public health, and economics. Hello everyone, my name is Nelson Anaidi and I will be your host for today. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed participant and honored guests, it is our distinct pleasure to introduce you to the stellar lineup of experts and thought leaders who will grace our forum today. These accomplished individuals bring with them a wealth of knowledge, diverse perspective, and a passion for the topic at hand. Without further ado, let us meet our distinguished panelists. First, Bernardine Christiana Lupin, music student from IPG Caperlis. Second, Esther Sipin, music student from IPG Caperlis. Also for the third one is Febelin Angeline Anna Vendison, music student from IPG Caperlis. Alright then, Bernadette Christie, can you tell me about causes of water pollution?
I like to add on my point, which is sewage and wastewater. Inadequate sewage treatment and the release of untreated wastewater can introduce harmful pathogens and pollutants into water system. Untreated sewage often contains a variety of harmful microorganisms such as bacteria, viruses, and parasites. These pathogens originate from human waste, industrial process, and agricultural runoff. If these pathogens enter water bodies, they will contaminate the water until it could harm the aquatic life and also human consumption. Besides, wastewater, especially from industrial and agricultural, often contains a wide array of chemicals. Untreated wastewater that contains chemicals can pollute the water bodies. The chemicals include heavy metals, pharmaceuticals, pesticides, and household cleaning agents. When it enters the water body, they can accumulate in sediments and the tissue of aquatic organisms, posing threats to aquatic life and potentially entering the human food chain through consumption of contaminated fish or other aquatic products. Therefore, it is undeniable that sewage and wastewater is one of the causes of water pollution. Moreover, mining activity can also cause water pollution through several mechanisms that harm aquatic environments. there's a more detailed explanation of how mining activities can contribute to water pollution, starting on acid mine drainage. When rock containing sulfur are exposed during the mining process, a chemical reaction occurs between sulfur and water, resulting in acid mine drain. This acid water can flow into rivers, lakes, or reservoirs, acidifying the water and carrying heavy metals such as iron, zinc, and copper, which poison and contaminate aquatic ecosystem. Next, chemicals. During mining process, heavy metals such as lead, mercury, cadmium, and arsenic can be released from ores and rocks. Rainwater or groundwater can then transport these heavy metals into rivers, lake, or the sea. Heavy metals are highly toxic to aquatic organisms and humans, and they can accumulate in the tissue of organism, causing organ damage and serious health issue. Other than that, tailing deposition is also one of the mining activity that generated waste rock from mining processes, often contain hazardous chemicals and particles that can contaminate water. If tailings are not properly managed and end up in rivers or reservoirs, they can cause water pollution and disrupt the balance of aquatic ecosystem. Furthermore, landscape damage. It can lead to soil erosion and the accumulation of mud and sediments in rivers and reservoirs. This disrupts water flows, causes riverbed silting, and covers natural habitats for fish and other aquatic creatures. Last but not least is sedimentation. The mining process can increase sedimentation in water bodies as soil as rock and erode into rivers and lakes. Sedimentation can disrupt aquatic ecosystem by covering fish habitats, reducing light penetration into the water, and affecting water quality. It is crucial to implement responsible mining practice and prioritize effective waste management to minimize the negative impacts of mining on water environments. These include proper waste treatment system, safe tailing management, and prudent handling of hazardous chemicals involved in the mining process. That's all from me. Would you like to add some point, Evelyn?
From my point of view, oil spills are disasters that can have severe social, economic, and environmental impacts. They are the release of crude oil or refined petroleum products from tankers, rigs, wells, and offshore platforms. These spills are most common in marine environments but can also occur on land. Oil is an ancient fossil fuel that we use to heat our homes, generate electricity, and power large sectors of our economy. But when oil accidentally spills into the ocean, it can cause big problems. Oil spills can harm sea creatures, ruin a day at the beach, and make seafood unsafe to eat. It takes sound science to clean up the oil, measure the impacts of pollution, and help the ocean recover. Oil spills are more common than you might think, and they happen in many different ways. Thousands of oil spills occur in US water each day. Most of these spills are small, For example, when oil spills while refueling a ship, but these spills can still cause damage, especially if they happen in sensitive environments like beaches, mangroves, and wetlands. Large oil spills are major, dangerous disasters. These tend to happen when pipelines break, big oil tanker ships sink, or drilling operations go wrong. Consequences to ecosystem and economies can be felt for decades following a large oil spill. So in my other point, plastic is a synthetic organic polymer made from petroleum with properties ideally suited for a wide variety of applications including packaging, building and construction, household and sports equipment, vehicles, electronics, and agriculture. Once the plastic is in the ocean, it decomposes very slowly, breaking into tiny pieces known as microplastics, which can enter the marine food chain and become incredibly damaging to sea life. The main source of ocean plastic pollution is land-based. 80% of plastic in the ocean originates on land. However, there were 12 million tons of plastic finds its way into the ocean every single year. 9.5 million tons of this enter the ocean from the land, with 1.7 tons being chucked into the sea directly from the fishing or shipping industry. There are approximately 51 trillion microscopic pieces of plastic weighing 269,000 tons. That's all from me. Now let's move to Esther Sibin. What is your opinion?
Thank you to our moderator. One of the causes of water pollution is because of industrial discharge or waste. Factories and industrial facilities often release pollutants into water bodies. These can include chemicals, heavy metals, and toxic substances. Industries and industrial sites across the world are a major contributor to water pollution. Many industrial sites produce waste in the form of toxic chemicals and pollutants, and though regulated, some still do not have proper waste management system in place. In those rare cases, industrial waste is dumped into nearby freshwater system. When industrial waste is not treated properly, or worse, not treated at all, it can very easily pollute the freshwater system that it comes into contact with. Industrial waste from agricultural sites, mines, and manufacturing plants can make its way into rivers, streams, and other bodies of water that lead directly to the sea. The toxic chemicals in the waste produced by these industries not only have the potential potential to make water unsafe for human consumption, They can also cause the temperature in freshwater system to change, making them dangerous for many dwelling organisms. Not only that, but agricultural runoff also contribute water pollution. Agricultural Agriculture represents one of the biggest sources of water pollution in the country. Farmers like gardeners sometimes use chemicals like pesticides, herbicides, and fertilizers to keep pests away or help plants grow. But do you know that when it rains, this can be washed into rivers and streams, causing water contamination. That's all from me.
I wholeheartedly agree with your opinion. Your insight on this matter are spot on. It's encouraging to see such consensus forming around this issue. But I think they're not only the reason why all of this happened, because in my opinion, climate change is also one of the reasons why water pollution can happen. Climate change is not only driving global temperature increase, but it's also altering weather pattern in ways that significantly impact water quality. As temperature rise and weather becomes increasingly erratic, we are witnessing a series of concerning changes in our aquatic environments. One of the most pressing concerns is the proliferation of harmful algal blooms, HABs. These events occur when certain type of algae experience explosive growth due to favorable conditions such as warmer water and increased nutrient runoff, often from agricultural practice. This bloom can have detrimental effect on water quality. Some type of algae release toxics that are harmful to aquatic life and can even pose a risk to human health if they contaminate drinking water source. This phenomenon not only disrupt ecosystem but also affect the availability of clean and safe water for community. Now that we have delved into the impact of climate changes on water quality, let's shift our focus to another critical aspect of this global challenge, its effect on biodiversity. Climate change poses a significant threat to the world's ecosystem, and understanding this impact is essential for, developing effect conservation strategies. Now, I would like to hear your opinions about consequences of water pollution. Without wasting time, Bernadette Christie, you may express your opinions about this topic.
From my point of view, improper disposal of waste can affect human health. When humans dispose of waste improperly, it can end up in water bodies, polluting them. These waste can include chemicals, plastic, and other harmful substances that can affect the health of aquatic life and humans who rely on the water. Furthermore, wastewater and sewage can cause the consequences of water pollution because of the discharge of untreated wastewater, and sewage can introduce harmful pollutants, including human pathogens, into water bodies. Moreover, The use of chemicals in agriculture and industry can lead to water pollution. Pesticides, fertilizers, and industrial chemicals can contaminate rivers and lakes, making the water unsafe for humans and animals. Next, poor sanitation practices such as open defecation can introduce harmful pathogens into water bodies. Lastly, climate change and also impact water quality. The rising temperature can lead to harmful algal blooms and impact water quality, affecting human health and aquatic life. Overall, the health of humans and the health of the environment are deeply interconnected. Human activities that contribute to water pollution can have negative impacts on both human health and the environment. It is essential to take steps to reduce pollution and protect our water resources to safeguard both human health and the health of the planet. Let's move to your point, Vevelin.
Other than that, water quality of streams, lakes, and rivers depends on the sources that feed them. Unfortunately, water pollution is created when fertilizer, animal and human waste, plastics, and toxic industrial chemicals enter these sources. It costs the economy by impacting public health, fishing, tourism, and the environment. Governments try to control the damage by setting water quality standards to regulate usage. In addition, economic growth is a thirsty business. Water is a vital factor of production, so diminishing water supplies translates into slower growth. Some regions could see their growth rates decline by as much as 6% of GDP by 2050 as a result of water-related losses in agriculture, health, income, and prosperity. What is your other opinion, Esther?
In my opinion, the consequence of water pollution is it can cause ecological impact and damage the ecosystems. Ecological impact is the effects left on organisms and their environment due to actions made by humans and natural occurrence. Water pollution will harm aquatic ecosystems. The introduction or elimination of certain microorganisms distort the ecosystem. Nutrient pollution, for example, leads to an increase in algae, which depletes the water of oxygen, thereby leading to the death of fish and other aquatic life. Besides, it can also cause disruption of food chains. For example, toxic pollutants introduced into ecosystems can disturb the food chain by transferring harmful substance from one level to higher tiers. Occasionally, pollution can lead to the complete eradication of a specific segment within the food chain. This, in turn, can trigger imbalances resulting in either an overabundance of certain species if predators are impacted or a decline in populations if prey species are affected.
I totally agree with you. Moreover, the consequences extend to human health. Contaminated water sources can lead to the waterborne disease affecting the well-being of communities worldwide. It is a stark reminder that water pollution is not just an environmental issue but a public health crisis. Waterborne disease, a grave concern associated with water pollution when pollutants such as pathogenic microorganisms, chemicals, and toxins contaminate water sources. They can pose significant health risks to those who consume or come into contact with the polluted water. Okay, now listen to this. Water, often referred to as the lifeblood of our planet, is a finite and irreplaceable resource essential for all forms of life. Yet, in the face of rapid industrialization, urbanization, and agricultural expansion, the world's water bodies are under constant threat of contamination. Water pollution, a pressing global concern, poses risks to ecosystem, human health, and the vitality of communities. However, the story need not be one of despair. Through proactive measures of prevention and mitigation, we can collectively steer the source towards cleaner and more sustainable water resources. This is to explore the critical importance of this action is safeguarding our previous water and securing a healthier future for generations to come. Now, you may talk about how prevention and mitigation in water pollution.
Thanks once again to our moderator. Now, I will talk about how to prevention and mitigation in water pollution. Firstly, it's about regulations and legislation. The governments need to strengthen the laws and regulations in order to prevent the dumping of toxic waste or garbage into rivers and seas that contribute to water pollution. So, individuals or factories that violate the law should be subject to appropriate action, such as imprisonment or having to pay a fine. This is intended to give awareness to those who are not responsible so that they do not dare to throw toxic waste or garbage into the seas ever again. Furthermore, the related parties who's in charge can also organize awareness campings like Love Our River camping that was first launched in 1993 by the Minister of Agriculture of Malaysia as a starting point to promote public awareness and to educate them the importance of water and encourage responsible industrial, also agricultural practice. Not only that, but we as living beings who also use water cannot completely depend on others or wait until they give us the awareness we need. But we need to apply good values in ourselves so as not to become an irresponsible individual who throws garbage into the rivers or seas. That's all what I can say about the prevention and mitigation in water pollution. Now, I will I will pass it to Miss Bernadine to let her talk about her opinion.
In addition, wastewater treatment is an effective solution in preventing and mitigating water pollution. Here are some ways how. The first one is removal of pollutants. The most significant benefit of wastewater treatment is the removal of pollutants from wastewater. The treatment process involves physical, biological, and chemical methods to remove pollutants such as organic matter, nutrients, suspended solids, and pathogens. After treatment, the water is clean and safe to be discharged into the environment, reducing the risk of water pollution. Subsequently, reuse of treatment water. In areas where water is scarce, treated wastewater can be reused for irrigation, industrial process, and even portable water supply. This reduces the amount of wastewater that needs to be discharged into bodies of water, further preventing pollution. Another point is compliance with environmental regulation. Wastewater treatment is mandatory in many countries, and companies and industries that fail to comply with regulation face heavy fines and penalties. This ensures the wastewater is adequately treated before being released into the environment, protecting water quality and aquatic life. Lastly, public health protection. The treatment of wastewater is crucial in protecting public health. Wastewater contains harmful pathogens and contaminants that can cause waterborne disease. Proper treatment ensures that these harmful agents are removed, reducing the likelihood of waterborne illness. In conclusion, wastewater treatment is an essential tool in preventing and mitigating water pollution. It removes pollutants from wastewater, allows for the safe reuse of water, complies with environmental regulation, and protects public health. That's all from me. I will give next point to Evelyn.
Thank you for giving me an opportunity to share about my point. Water is the origin of life. 3/4 of the Earth's surface is covered by water, and all living things must have water to survive. Life without water cannot be considered. Despite this, of all living things, only humans exploit, waste, and pollute this vital natural resource. Raising awareness of the people on this issue is of great importance. At this point, environmental education is a key concept. This theoretical study aims to reveal the importance of environmental education as a solution tool for the prevention of water pollution. The study will be undertaken depending on the literature review. As a future teacher, I will teach my students about the importance why we should protect our environment. I also will do some programs such as cleaning the beach so it can reduce the plastic pollution. And parents also should be a good role model to their children. They should do the nature activities as their daily routine so the children will never forget to protect the nature.
This is very good point of view. In my opinion, we also can reduce plastic usage. Plastic, a versatile material that has revolutionized into industry and our daily life, has also brought about a dire environmental challenge: plastic pollution. Our reliance on single-use plastic and inadequate disposal practice have resulted in vast quantities of plastic waste finding its way into our water bodies, from rivers and lakes to oceans and seas. This has dire consequences for aquatic ecosystem and ultimately for us. However, as the awareness of plastic pollution toll on the environmental and human health grows, so does the momentum for change. Efforts to reduce plastic use are gaining traction globally, representing a pivotal step in mitigating plastic pollution. Now, listen to this. Keeping water clean is of paramount importance for both the environment and human well-being. Clean water quality is intrinsically linked to human health. Access to safe drinking water is a fundamental human right, enriched as such by the United Nations. Contaminated water sources harbor pathogens and pollutants that lead to waterborne disease, posing grave threat to communities, particularly in regions lacking adequate sanitation and healthcare infrastructure. Ensuring clean water quality is an ethical obligation to safeguard public health and reduce suffering. Now, in your opinions, what is the benefits to keep the water quality clean?
Thank you for the question. In my opinion, there are many benefits when we keep the water quality clean. And protecting human health is one of it. Some pollutants pose risk to human health. Water quality stands protect human health and avoid the costs related to medical care, productivity loss, and even loss of life. Moreover, clean water is essential for drinking, cooking, and personal hygiene. Ensuring water cleanness helps prevent waterborne disease, reducing illness and mortality rates in communities worldwide. Access to safe drinking water is a fundamental human right. Not only that, but it can also give benefit to ecosystem health. Clean water sustains aquatic ecosystems, supporting a diverse range of species, from fish to insects to microorganisms. Healthy aquatic ecosystems contribute to biodiversity, which is essential for ecosystem resilience and stability. I believe Miss Bernadine have something else to add, so I will pass it to her.
Next is what, as Esther said earlier, agriculture and food supply are major contributors to water pollution, as the use of fertilizer, pesticides, and herbicides leads us to contamination of water sources. When these chemicals are applied to crops, they can run off into nearby water bodies, leading to pollution. In addition, animal agriculture also contributes to water pollution through the release of animal waste into waterways. This waste contains high levels of nitrogen and phosphorus, which can lead to harmful algal blooms and other negative impacts on aquatic ecosystem. Furthermore, food processing and packaging also contribute to water pollution through the release of wastewater containing chemicals and other contaminants. The pollution from agriculture and food supply can have negative impact on both of the environment and human health. It can lead to the degradation of aquatic ecosystem, harm wildlife, and impact the quality of drinking water sources. Measures such as sustainable agriculture practices, improved waste management system, and increased regulation can help to mitigate this impact. I recently read a study about keeping the water quality clean has numerous economic benefits that can contribute to the overall well-being and prosperity of the communities. Here are a few key to get economic advantages. Number one is tourism and recreation. Clean water bodies such as lakes, rivers, and beaches are attractive destinations for tourists seeking water-based activities like swimming, boating, fishing, and snorkeling. Healthy and pristine water environments can attract visitors, leading to increased tourism revenue and boosting local economies. Next to my second point is fisheries and aquaculture. Maintaining clean water quality is crucial for supporting fish populations and aquaculture operations. Clean water provides a suitable habitat for fish reproduction and growth, ensuring a sustainable fishing industry. This industry generates income for fishermen and seafood processors while also supplying a valuable source of protein for consumers. Other than that, agriculture and irrigation also can make the water quality plays a significant role in agriculture as farmers rely on irrigation for crop growth. Clean water helps prevent soil contamination, ensuring the fertility of farmlands and the quality of agricultural products. It also reduces the need for costly remediation measures and protects the long-term viability of agriculture industry. In addition, drinking water and public health help to assess the clean and safe drinking water for essential public health. Ensuring water quality standards are met reduce the risk of waterborne disease and the associated medical costs. Clean drinking water also enhances productivity by reducing absences from work or school due to illness related to poor water quality. Apart from that, is proper values. Properties located near bodies of clean water often have higher values compared to those near polluted or degraded water sources. Scenic waterfront views and recreational opportunity contribute to the desirability of these properties, attracting buyers and driving up real estate prices. Equally, industrial and commercial uses. Numerous industries rely on clean water for their operations, such as manufacturing, power generation, and wastewater treatment. By maintaining water quality, business can avoid additional expenses related to water treatment or pollution control measures. This enhances the efficiency of industrial process and reduces adverse impacts on the environment. In summary, keeping water quality clean offers a range of economic benefits, including tourism revenue, support for fisheries and aquaculture, agricultural productivity, public health saving, increased property value, and cost effectiveness for industries. By prioritizing efforts to protect and improve water quality, communities can foster sustainable economic growth and ensure the well-being of both people and the environment. Now, let's hear from Beverly.
So, my last point is recreation is an emotional condition within an individual human being that flows from a feeling of well being and self satisfaction. These many benefits to keep the water clean, which is clean water bodies, provide opportunities for recreational activities such as swimming, boating, and fishing. These activities enhance the quality of life and promote physical and mental well-being. Furthermore, the other benefits if we keep the water clean is to keep the balancing of biodiversity and conservation. Clean water is essential for the survival of diverse aquatic species. Contamined water can lead to the decline of species of disrupt ecosystems. Maintaining clean water quality is vital for biodiversity and conservation of endangered species. That's all from me.
I'm totally agree with you. In my opinion, clean water quality not only contributes to environmental health and public well-being, but also offers substantial cost saving across various sectors. This cost saving result from the prevention of water pollution, which can be economically burdensome to address. In conclusion, clean water quality is not only an environmental and public health imperative but also a sound economic choice. By preventing water pollution, communities, industry, and governments can realize substantial cost savings, improve the overall quality of life, and bolster economic resilience. Clean water quality is an investment in both environmental sustainability and financial well-being. Thank you to everyone for your thoughtful contributions to this forum. It has been an engaging and enlightening discussion, and your insights have added significant value. As we draw this conversation to a close, let's remember that the issue we discuss are ongoing challenges that require continued attention and action. We encourage you to take the knowledge and ideas exchanged here into your communities and workplaces, whether it's advocating for clean water, addressing climate changes, or any other important causes. Your individual and collective efforts can make a real difference. Stay engaged, stay involved, and let's work together to create a better and more sustainable future. We look forward to future discussions and collaborations. Wishing you all the best in your endeavors, and until next time. Thank you.